Welcome to the 6th episode of Rodin Pass, Building Fortresses. In this exceptionally long episode, we have 5 objectives. First, gather the resources needed to build the fortress we designed in the previous episode. Second, build those fortifications, which, as you will see, will cause a few issues with nearby urban areas. But we won't settle for that. The third objective is to improve the fortress design to fix the issues we found. We will also face the Baron again, and this time we will beat him without using any mercenaries. And finally, in our second attempt, we'll build a fully functional fortress network that fits perfectly with the city. It's going to look amazing. And for this special episode, we'll be accompanied by Beethoven's 8th Symphony. Let's get to it. In the last episode, we designed the spectacular fortress network that will protect this side of the valley. Now it's time to build it. To do that, we first need to finish gathering the required resources. While those pile up, we will take care of a few details. For example, this house is too close to the future gate fort, so I decide to take away part of its plot. This new road creates a small plot, which I will use to beautify the area with a well, a shrine and some gardens. The well isn't really needed yet, but Rodin Pass will keep growing and eventually we will need all of them to supply water to the city. Now the gate area is cleared up, making troop positioning easier. We have all the planks and stone, but we are still short about 100 logs. To speed things up, we build another lumber camp. We upgrade the well, mostly for aesthetics rather than necessity. Here I'm basically redistributing the workers, moving them from camps full of logs to the ones that are empty. Checking exports, all in order. Remember, exports are the backbone of our wealth. They generate regional income, and through the Manor's taxes, that becomes treasury gold we use to hire mercenaries or pay the king. Now we rebuild the house we deleted earlier. It turns out great. I extend this Market Avenue to plant gardens. It's not very visible yet, but once we manage all the gardens with flax fields, you will see how much they enhance the streets. We will do that in a future episode. Meanwhile, we keep urbanizing these plots so the growth doesn't stop. Just about 60 logs more and we're good to go. Here I got distracted and our wood industry is chopping down the wrong forest. Let's fix that before Greenpeace shows up. We will fix it by restricting the lumber camp's work area to our sustainable forest. We also double the workforce in the forester's hut to plant trees more frequently. And no joke, it's estimated that 4 mature trees are needed to produce the oxygen one person needs in a year. And that's not even counting air purification, being primary producers, or how much biodiversity they sustain. So what are you waiting for? Go hug a tree. And just look at these beautiful views we're getting in Rodin Pass. A few more animals for these backyards. And now, yes, we have everything we need to start building the fortress network. Objective complete. But before hitting the build button, let's double check the design. We click and the long construction process begins. And right off the bat, I see something a bit worrying. Now that the construction has started, we can see the area the game defines as part of the fortress. And part of it overlaps urban housing zones. Still, it looks like I can keep interacting with houses. Look how those apple trees are producing. Gorgeous. But here's where the fortress problems begin. I can't build new homes in the area marked as part of the fortress, even if technically there are no palisades or towers there. But I'm not willing to sacrifice this part of the city, as it would ruin the design I have in mind. But before writing off the fortress entirely, I want to see if the issue resolves once it's built. To save you the wait, let's travel 1 year into the future. And since we'll probably have to rebuild the fortress, let's at least enjoy the construction process and the views once it's done. And here it is, the spectacular fortress network we designed in the last episode. Objective complete, more or less. But, as I feared, the issues remain. The fortress prevents us from building anything new on the plots within its area. So let's take one last look at the fleeting beauty of these walls before traveling back in time to try and fix the issue. We hop into the DeLorean, and we're back at the point where we finished the fortress design in the last episode. Let's get to work. We need to optimize the layout so that it still looks epic but doesn't mess up any parts of the city. Using the road tool, I try to figure out the ideal area the future fortress should occupy to avoid overlapping useful city zones. We dismantle the parts that are unviable. By moving this tower forward, which is one of the area's vertices, we can shift the fortress borders away from the nervy urban zone we want to preserve. Inevitably, the Manor fortress will end up a bit narrower than I had envisioned, but with a few adjustments and some imagination, it will still look imposing. As you can see, the new layout now fits nicely in an area that won't interfere with the important urban plots. Here I check that the new fortress area is wide enough to line up some troops. It's acceptable, though I do prefer bigger courtyards, but we'll make do. This redesign means we will need to adjust a few nearby roads. I always like to leave a buffer between the fortress palisades and nervy building. So here I go again, making and unmaking paths. My favorite pastime. Welcome to Road Simulator. Let's tweak the Manor's fortress a bit more, it's still not quite right. Some final touch up here and there. these little inner roads I love so much. And since we can use the area we had originally planned in the last episode, let's push the fortress edge closer to the cliff to give it a more organic shape and gain a bit of space. And since we are already improving the design, let's take the opportunity to add a well and a couple of stables to make the fortress feel more developed. Just remember, all of these must be placed before construction begins. After that, no buildings can be added inside the fortress area. And with that, we finish optimizing the design. So we click to start building it. Objective complete. You probably remember how I've been saying for several episodes that we will soon be able to beat the Baron without mercenaries. Well, it's finally here. We will do it in this episode. But while we wait for the Baron's claim, let's expand the city a bit more. First, we will greatly expand the stables to house more oxen, because moving 300 logs for the fortress networks requires a lot of hauling and oxen do the heavy lifting, so we will grow their population to speed up the process. Still playing around with these little roads for a while. This avenue will look amazing, but we will need a bit more time to see the results. Here comes again my garden and decoration radar. Perfect. I don't have much experience with painting, but to me, building cities in Manor Lords feel like painting on a canvas. The roads are pencil sketches and the buildings are brush strokes of color. As usual, we lay out housing blocks quite neatly, but without making them too symmetrical. And with this expansion, we won't be short on homes for a while. We expand the stables as we said earlier, and we order new oxen until we reach 20. Now I realize we didn't extend the market avenue like we did before our time travel. So we will adjust the layout to bring back that gardened area. We urbanize the zone again. Then, almost as divine inspiration, I get the idea to build a church near the cliff. That way, we can throw heretics off the ledge, much more eco-friendly than burning them. There's a good chance we will build a small wooded area with gardens around this church to add some greenery to the plateau, but that will come in another episode. Still, I go ahead and build a forester hut so new trees start appearing. And here comes the Baron again, turning the other cheek. Let's give him a proper slap without mercenaries this time. But it won't be easy. We are outnumbered and our troops still aren't fully equipped, so we will use the urban terrain to ambush the attackers. As in one of our early battles, we will fight around the main church as it offers great tactical opportunities. We We will defend narrow points with our spearmen and try to flank with crossbowmen and other melee units. We harass them with the crossbowmen. And lure them into the ambush. But our crossbowmen are getting stuck in that tight entrance, so we're forced to intervene with infantry to protect them. We play a bit of tug of war, but we hold our ground. Our crossbowmen start dealing some damage. And here we foil a flanking attempt by those bandits. We ambush their infantry, which will quickly go down. And our crossbowmen shred the enemy archers. And just like that, we beat the Baron again, with no mercenaries. Objective complete. Now we clean up the battlefield and focus on our final goal, building the definitive fortress network to protect this side of the valley. We reinforce the markets, which are nearing their logistics limit. We assign the maximum number of workers to the forester huts to restore our sustainable forest. And since construction will take a while, let's jump to the future to skip the wait. Let's enjoy the final stages of construction in fast forward. The palisade is now finished, so the rest of the structures start going up. we wrap up with the construction of the gorgeous manor and its tower. And now, at last, we have a fully functional fortress network that doesn't interfere with any parts of the city. Mission absolutely accomplished. So let's enjoy the views a bit before ending the episode. And that wraps up the 6th episode, with that spectacular fortress network ready to defend this side of the valley from any threat. This episode also marks the halfway point of the series. Based on what I have planned, we will need around 6 more episodes to complete the project, so there's still a lot of potential to unlock in Rodin Pass. In the next episode, we'll continue expanding the city and urbanize the remaining empty plots, to make the city feel more complete and cohesive. We will also test our new fortress network against the Baron and see him crash into our walls. So, what did you think about the final fortress layout? If you have any thoughts or suggestions, I would love to read them in the comments. See you in the next episode. Manor ridiculous! Again, and this time, the third objective is to improve. To improve my memory. We will build a fully functional network of whatever. In the next episode, we'll continue. Yes, cut.